So I've said it before and many times in other videos that there's no such thing as Jews or Arabs or Hispanics or African American. I mean, Elon Musk might be African American, but at some point in time, he's just gonna want to be known as an American. And so people get mad because they're like, "Oh, I don't know what to call you." Then, God damn it, what do I fucking call you? Like, fucking, you don't have to. There don't has to be nothing. If it comes down to it and you need to identify somebody who, I don't know, robbed a bank or something, or like, oh, were they Hispanic or were they, yeah, just go along with it. Just go along with it. But I don't think, I mean, just because I said it was Arab gentleman or the black feller doesn't mean that's what they are. And as well, I should also point out that there's nothing spiritual about demiurge, host, overlord beings, where you can say it started out as one meaning and then it lowered itself to being two, you know. Yahweh is a sound that is expressed as a release during procreation. There's nothing spiritual about even the created things in the universe. All things in the universe are created means they're not eternal. Even the Most High is not eternal. The Most High is just the Most High amongst created beings. It's like, it's to say, if God was to lower than to become a man, then that would be the Most High. And the symbol for the uncreated is the same symbol for Dos Equis beer, XXXTentacion. I've seen it in multiple places where there's two X's side by side, and a symbol for Saturn or Saturn. It's also the symbol in artwork that expressed as being the uncreated light, and it was like this cloud burst and these angels, and they moving aside, and inside is the two X's. That's because we had to come up with a created symbol to mean for whatever that must be uncreated light. And so people again get mad because they can't comprehend why bother with an uncreated divine eternal sense of being. Like, why? What's the point? It was like, what the fuck you mean what's the point? The point of all this physicality is carnality, in a cycle, like a loop, and going around in a redundant curse where it doesn't even matter how beautiful someone can be, they still have to kill and eat it. They still have to kill something. So it seems like that who created all of this left it behind, like childish things, right? It's like there's nothing but suffering here. There's suffering here. I shouldn't say nothing but suffering. It's like it's some polarity, so that way there's both that which you would suffer for and the suffering that there is to be experienced. So that would be like good and bad, even though I don't subscribe to good or bad. That's just a polarity and energy being right or wrong for each other. Yeah, and people are going to be upset that they don't know what to call you, and that there's nothing spiritual in a book about a spirit man. There's a spirit man came through and fulfilled all these prophecies, and it founded a church, and this book was written on his behalf, and there's nothing spiritual in the book. Not saying that it isn't true stuff in there and that you shouldn't read it. You know what I mean? Why do I even have to say that I'm not saying? Why do I have to say what I'm not saying? Because sooner or later, when I'm there to say, oh, so-and-so, they broke the glass and took a diamond. Okay, what did they look like? It was a Jew. Oh, okay. And then it'll be like, and then there'll be all the reason in the world to just continue mentally masturbation. Yeah, that was our chance to break out, but there's always a gatekeeper watching. And he's going to remember that you have a subscription to an ideal or something. That means that you can be reached through these type of colloquialisms and stuff that mean I can reach people like you with it. So that's why you had to say, I'm not saying this, I'm not saying that, and I really don't mean this, and I really don't mean that, but I wouldn't say this.